Hi everyone, good morning. Before we start, I want to get started with a quick video.
We live in an unpredictable, complex, and ambiguous world. To decide where to go and what to buy, we rely on the digital traces left behind by those who have already lived that experience. We are also becoming more sensitive to the issues of sustainability and inclusivity. Every moment is a choice. Every choice is a preference. Today, tourism destinations have the extraordinary possibility of influencing the decisions and preferences of travelers in every single moment of their journey. To embrace change and evolve as the planet and societies are evolving. Versatility and the ability to exploit an infinite amount of data is the key. The Data Appeal Company simplifies and transforms point-of-interest data, online feedback, and market trends into valuable information. We support organizations and destinations to make data-driven decisions and leverage change into their biggest growth opportunity.
All right, perfect. So just bring up the presentation in a second. So before we get started, I'm sure you guys have all heard of sex appeal, perhaps also curb appeal, but you're probably wondering what exactly is data appeal. So for us, essentially, what we're doing is understanding the appeal of a destination, of a business, of a brand, and this is kind of how we're doing it. So we take a unique approach and we start at the location level. We look at all the points of interest, so every hotel, every restaurant, attraction, landmark, etc. And then we take a kind of unique approach by understanding the sentiment of these places. We look through all review channels, anything from Google, TripAdvisor, Booking.com, Yelp, etc. And we semantically analyze what people like, what people dislike about these places. Are they complaining about Wi-Fi or parking or the price of the food? And then we combine this with what's happening in a market. Since we always say no business is an island, no destination is an island, because everything that happens in a territory impacts a business, a restaurant, a hotel, etc. So we look at other things such as flight data, hotel prices and occupancy, events, spending, etc. And we've put this all together into a platform that we call Data Appeal Studio. So it's made for destinations by destinations, and it's kind of having everything all in one place. So you can analyze the customer journey from 360 degrees, anything from the forecasting with flight, hotel searches and bookings, to the in-stay experience, and to post-stay, word of mouth. How are these things moving? Will they come back to a destination? Are they recommending it to their friends, etc.? So kind of at the early onset of a visitor journey, we look at data sets such as flight searches, flight bookings, hotel bookings, etc. So we know exactly when people are searching and booking their journey. So for example, if we know in Seville, travelers coming in from Germany book on average 120 days in advance, you can target your campaigns at the right moment, at the right time, to the exact market. Of course, this also goes into play for on-demand pricing for hotels. If you see occupancy is a bit lower for an upcoming weekend, you can adjust pricing accordingly to be a bit more demand-based. Then looking at the in-stay journey, we look at, of course, this reputational side. So what people like, what they dislike, based on their source market. For example, if we know German travelers in Spain like to go camping, like to go to the beach, you can design campaigns to target them exactly. Meanwhile, if the travelers coming in from the UK market prefer to go to museums, go to landmarks, etc., you can create your campaigns and your marketing messaging directly to them at the right time. So as I mentioned, we scan hundreds of different channels and have a score from 1 out of 100, but we can also filter this down by topic. So for example, what do people think about the Wi-Fi? What do people think about the parking? These are all actions you can take to improve the reputation of your destination. And then the most important thing is, how are you benchmarking against your competitors and comparing year after year? So with all of our data, we also have the historical data, so you can compare your destination perhaps this summer versus last summer, or this summer versus pre-COVID time. but also how you compete against the national average. So how does the city of Seville compare against the overall country of Spain or against its competitors like Valencia or Barcelona? And it helps be extremely objective and compare apples to apples. And then lastly, it's all about improving. You can share these results with your stakeholders, with your local businesses. You can speak with your local hotels, your restaurants, the museums, etc. So they can take actionable targeting actions to make the improvements based on their visitors and their guests. So our platform is built for both public and private destinations of any size, cities, towns, regions, also at the country level. So it's really scalable. Our goal is to democratize and simplify this data so it's accessible to everyone and really easy to understand. The main benefits, again, are to minimize risk and to strategize your investments, whether it comes to infrastructure. If you have an event that's upcoming, you can have perhaps more security, more public water fountains, if you know there'll be an influx of tourists. You can really tailor make your marketing campaigns to attract, again, the right visitor with the right message at the right time based on their booking and arrival preferences. You can also understand based on the pricing of hotels to create demand-based pricing based on the lack of supply or upcoming supply. Again, looking at the events is really essential to know which events are upcoming, whether it's a conference like TIS or perhaps a sporting event, a political rally, etc. And then lastly, it really helps to educate the destination overall because at the end of the day, the destination are the operators working there. So the restaurateurs, the hoteliers, etc. So quickly, we use our platform to look at what is happening in the city of Seville. So if you want a full demo of the platform, feel free to visit us upstairs. We're in stand B205. But kind of quickly, the thing that we saw, the thing that guests for the hospitality industry love the most and appreciate is the staff. It's not the location, it's not the food, the comfort of the room, it's the staff itself, which really goes to show about the Spanish hospitality. However, guests mostly complain about things like the parking availability or lack thereof, the reservation, so the check-in and check-out process might be a little bit complicated, and lastly, the safety and some of the COVID measures that are still in place. Meanwhile, the industries that are most reviewed are, of course, food and beverage and hospitality, but also attractions fall behind, more than landmarks, more than entertainment, etc. Meanwhile, these are the top 3 attractions in the city based on the sentiment. So you can see the first is quite high, almost perfect since it's out of 100, with a really good sentiment overall. Then we looked at who are the visitors coming to Spain. The majority that we found, almost half, are coming from couples. So it's definitely a romantic destination, so the city can perhaps leverage this information to create tailor-made packages for couples around holidays, etc. Meanwhile, looking at the flight data and how long people are staying for, we can see that travelers coming in from the U.S. market stay the longest, averaging 8 to 13 days, which is really all about sustainable tourism. I know we talked yesterday about having not always more visitors, but having more quality visitors. And those are the ones that are staying for longer periods, who aren't just coming in for a day and then leaving. So you can really target based on this information. And then next we have the German market, followed by the French and UK, and then lastly the domestic market from Spain. We can see overwhelmingly the flights have more than doubled from last year, from October 2020 to 2021, which is a great sign that hopefully post-COVID days are over and we're on the road to recovery. Lastly, you can see, apart from the Spanish and the domestic market, the most popular languages in the city are English, French, and Italian. So again, this information is really critical to strategize your campaigns directly with the right language at the right time. So we offer a free trial if anyone is interested to understand the insights for their destination, for their city, their region, etc. So I guess at this time, I will take any questions if anyone has them. I have a couple minutes left. No? All right. Thank you, guys. Take care.